Hi everyone, hope everyone is well, and if you've been away on holiday, hope you had a great time. I didn't go away on holiday myself in August because I had lots of jobs that were kind of booked in, which usually I don't work that much in August. But I had a lot of my clients were doing red carpety things that they booked me for, and I did a little project as well with Tim Burton and Ava Green, which is really exciting. And actually there was also something really sad, which is a friend of mine had a family tragedy, so I haven't really been posting many videos because I've been supporting my friend, but also doing these bits of jobs in between, which brings me to the fact that pictures that I've posted on my Instagram recently, ones of Cara Delevingne and Dua Lipa, which I've posted really in the last week, have had so many requests for the look. So I'm going to do a version of, not exactly any of them, but I'm going to show you some of the products that I've been using, because I have been using quite a bit of colour on the eyes. Now some of it, I did a look on Cara, which I'm not going to do today, which is a very sort of tie-dye look with loads of colours. I thought I'd do one of these more metallic-y looks that I've been doing. And some of the pigments that I've been using are really interesting. It's a company called Chaos, and they do these colour changing, I don't know if this is going to show up in my lights, but these kind of colour changing pigments. It's a really small company as well in Texas, which is obviously really nice to support, because it's quite hard to see real innovation at the moment in makeup, and these really caught my eye, so I'd ordered some of them. And even if I haven't used them on their own, I've definitely been using them quite a lot for editorial shoots, but also I've been using them quite a lot for red carpet shoots as well. So I thought I'd do a look today, which is a bit of a transition look. So maybe a little bit smoky, but using colour. So kind of thinking of like autumnal looks and browns and smoky eyes, but bringing in some of this rainbow metallic-y colour as well. So I'm going to start by using just a paint pot, and this is just a brown paint pot. Let me buff this onto my eyelids. This is just a kind of halo of something a bit smoky on top for now. Just something that I can really use to stick the more metallic-y pigments. I always like using these paint pots as a base, because they give you the depth, but also they do function as a really good primer. They don't crease and they help to stick shadow too. Now there are different ways of using these. So when I did the look on Cara, I did more of a sort of brown smoky eye, and then I added these just to the center. So depending on where you look, it can either look very plum, but then when you kind of turn to the side, you get more of a green flash, sort of purpley and green. I just love the way they change colour. And the same on this side. Hopefully this is going to pick up on the camera. Hardly using any product, by the way. Here it looks so green and so pink, but it's kind of moving a lot, so it might, I don't know if this is going to drive my camera crazy, because it's going to try to focus on it, the colour, and every time I move the colour changes. You probably won't like it. It's like a mossy green and a really bright pink, plummy pink. Like I'm seeing green at the outer edge, but it's all one colour. Trust me, it's all one product. You can see it really moving. And when they're wet, they're even stronger. So I used this colour just at the centre of a sort of brown smoky eye I'd done on Cara. And then I'll show you some of the other colours that I've used. But I just think they're really fun. I mean, you could really just put the tiniest amount on. You could even just use it as a sort of eyeliner. So next thing I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to use more of a, because this green, I like the kind of mossy green colour. I'm going to use a green from my palette. I don't know what this is actually. I think this might be quite, I'm not sure which brand it is. I feel like this was, the shape of it looks like a Sunday Riley one from when they used to do eye colours. But it's just a nice deep khaki green colour. I'm going to use that at the outer corner and just sweep along. the lower lashes quite softly. Actually, I'm gonna put some mascara through my lower lashes because this will help me. This is a really good tip. When you're doing an eye look, sometimes you're not sure how much eyeshadow to put underneath because, I don't know, you're trying to balance out what's on the top with what's on the bottom. I find it's a really good idea to put your mascara on your lower lashes. Firstly, it's good because it can dry without having to kind of look up and look down if you do it the other way around. If you do your tops first, you sometimes end up smudging it. But also, mascara with lashes, with mascaraed lashes, can't get my words right, but also lashes that have mascara in cast more of a shadow underneath. So sometimes you'll think, oh, I've got enough on underneath now. Now that my lashes are on, I can see that there's enough definition under there. So I'll often do this on clients, like straight away, just to see what's going on. This is one of the colours that I used on Dua Lipa last night. And you can see it goes on really bluey green. I actually photographed greener than that because it's got yellow in as well. It's so strange. Hope you can see. And then it kind of turns violet, really vivid violet. So when I was standing to the side of her and I did her makeup, it looked really purpley. And then from sort of 3/4 on, it looked blue teal. And then from here, it just looks purple. And then from the front, it just looked green. So quite interesting when you see it moving around. I think I might just put a little tiny bit of that through my lash line here. So you've got this blue, almost like I'd say it looks like a sort of peacocky blue. So just curling my lashes and I'm going to go through the top lashes now. So now I'm putting on some individual eyelashes, fake eyelashes. I've already done this eye, you can see I've put 4. I'm just finishing off this eye. I just feel like this just adds, I don't know, I don't want it to look heavy, the eyes, but it just frames the pigment really nicely. So for my foundation, I'm going to use the Surratt. This was his original one. I do have his new one, but I haven't tried it yet. But I do love this one. I'm just going to put a thin layer on. I haven't been away, so I haven't really changed colour. I don't think, maybe I've got a bit of colour from just being around London, but I'm going to keep this quite minimal. One more just on my forehead. So mainly around the centre of my face. Skin is, I think, pretty good at the moment. 3 very small spots here, but not anything else. Just going to give that the once over with a clean brush just to take off what's on the surface. And obviously if you need more foundation, go ahead. Just whatever you need to make you feel confident, make your skin look as you would like it to look. So I'm going to leave the foundation there, but I'm going to use some under eye concealer and a little bit around my mouth as well. Oh, I've got some pigment on the back of the mirror. You can really see now how they change colour so much. Really important for me now to put plenty under my eyes because of the redness in these pigments and the purpliness. I don't want to stay too purpley underneath the eyes. So I'm using a concealer that has a touch of warmth in it. This has a little bit of a yellow base, I'd say. So it's going to lift any dark shadows, and particularly any purpley dark shadows. And I'm going to go into that inner corner as well. I'm not using loads because I don't want to give my skin a heavily made up look. But if you have dark circles, then you use as much as you need. So you can just see that that's just lifting the eyeshadow a little bit as well. I'm just going to add a little bit more where I've got some broken capillaries there, and onto a few spots there. And there's one there, and there's actually one here, just under my hairline there. And I'm going to use some powder just onto my forehead, sides of my nose, the concealing around my mouth. Just there for now. A little bit on my eyebrows as well, because I might use some pencil. Okay, I thought I'd try a new product, which was the Fenty eyebrow pencil, and now I can't find it. Here it is. Put it up there actually. Okay, because I quite like the brush on this side. It's got a really nice sort of quite satisfying quality brush there. So I don't want to make my brows too dark, but I just want to make them a little fuller and put a few more strokes in here. So this is just a traditional eyebrow pencil, but it's got a nice fine point there. And then use this very satisfying brush. And then through the other side. They probably need cleaning up a little bit, my brows underneath. But we won't worry about that this second. They're always a bit messy. I just think, there's just so many things you could be worrying about. Your nails, your hair, your eyebrows, and really it doesn't matter. As long as it's, you know, fairly under control, it doesn't really matter if I've got a few eyebrows going astray. Okay, so now I'm thinking at the inner corner, I might try another one of the changing pigments. This is called Magma. This one is almost like really intense orangey bronze, but then it becomes really bright pink. So I'm not sure how it's going to go at the inner corner, but we'll try. Do you know, I'm so lucky that everyone I've been working with this month, well, August, are clients that I've worked with for a long time, or even if I haven't worked with them for a long time, they trust me, and they are celebrities that almost don't mind taking a risk on the red carpet with makeup. If I say, in fact, when I did the look with all the bright colours, the yellows and the oranges and the pinks that I did on Cara, I said, I'm thinking a rainbow threw up on your eyelids for the makeup, and she said, great. I mean, it's a really nice testament to me that she trusted me that much to kind of then go on to create something. And as a makeup artist, obviously it doesn't get much better than that, when you're able to just let your imagination kind of go wild and just sort of go with it. So let me just see. And that's registering quite dark actually. It's not registering as bright. Oh, it is. Oh, there it is. But from the front it looks almost dark brown. I think I'll just use a tiny bit. Maybe I'll use a dot of the pink one that I used before. The one I used on the top, the initial one. Let's try that. That's this one here. Get a nice brush that's a bit rounder. A pencil brush. Actually, this is the brush that I put the mossy dark green underneath. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think that's enough. If that's registered, I can see it amazingly, but One never knows with these things what's going to pick up on camera. To me that looks vibrant, almost fuchsia this time. Next I'm going to do my lips, and I've chosen this colour because it's sort of matching what I'm wearing today. But it's also more like a tinted lip balm, so there's not too much payoff on the colour because I want obviously the focus to be on the eyes. I'm not going to use a lip pencil, I'm just going to use the point. Of the lipstick just to give a bit more volume. So that's kind of an easy lip. And then for cheeks, I thought I'd use this sleek palette because you've got kind of a pinky peachy colour which kind of fits in with everything, and there is a subtle highlighter on there. I don't want to do a lot of highlighter because my eyes are so crazy and changing colour that I don't want to have a really blingy cheek as well. So I'm just going to use some blush. Sometimes it's good to do this as well when the lips have gone on. I know I've said that a million times before. Usually I say it with things like strong lip colours though, because when you do strong lip colours it's always a good idea to do the blush last. But even with this kind of thing, when the eyes are really strong, because sometimes you don't really understand until the lip colour is on and the lip colour's right and you're happy with it, what level of colour you might need in the rest of the face. And then using the highlighter from the same palette, only a small amount. Use the tiniest amount of that, I think, at the inner corner of my eyes as well, just to kind of lift around where the pink is. Put a highlight there. It will almost just lift that pink pigment. Just like that. So that's the finished look of my, I don't even know what to call this look. It's kind of like a colour chameleon really. It's a colour shifting eye, I'd call it. So I hope this video has inspired you to dig into those colours. It's kind of the end of the summer, but there's still time to play. And I'm sure you've got a drawer that you probably never even open that's got some old coloured eyeshadows in, or some palettes that maybe you only ever used the neutrals in, you didn't actually try the colours. So, and if you keep the rest of your makeup natural, it can look still really fresh and modern. So hope that was helpful, and I'll see you soon.